Hi students, good morning. Welcome back to EduStart video class. You are watching Class 5 Social Lesson 7 Equatorial Climate Part 1. In this lesson, you are going to learn about climate, vegetation, wildlife, life in the rainforest. So what you can see here is the equator. What is equator? Equator is the longest latitude and its degree is 0 degree. So what is mean by equatorial regions? Equatorial regions, the regions located within the torrid zone are called equatorial region. So the equatorial regions are found on both sides of the equator. So it falls in the torrid heat zone. So torrid zone lies between Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. So torrid zone always has wet and hot climate. So why it has hot and wet climate? Because the sun rays falls directly near the equator. So it is hot. The equatorial region has an extreme climate. It has world's densest rainforest like the Amazon forest and driest desert like the Sahara desert. The Amazon rainforest are often called the lungs of the earth. Do you know why? Because Amazon rainforest absorbs a large amount of carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. That is why it is often called the lungs of the earth. Now we will discuss about the climate. So these regions fall in the torrid zone. As you have read before, places in the torrid zone receive direct rays of the sun and this causes a lot of evaporation during the daytime. So these evaporated water forms clouds and causes rainfall every day around 4 o'clock. So, this region receives heavy rainfall and supports the growth of rainforest. The temperature remains around 30 degrees Celsius and the climate is very hot with extreme humidity. What is meant by humidity? Humidity is the moisture or water vapor present in air. Okay, so the climate in the equatorial region remains the same throughout the year. The region does not experience different seasons. So already you know that we have four main seasons: summer, winter, spring and autumn. So in this equatorial region it remains same throughout the year. The winters are not very different from summers as there is little variation in temperature. The length of day and night does not have much variation throughout the year. So in this map you can see some of the equatorial regions of the world. So here you can see Caribbean rainforest, Amazon rainforest, and here you can see Congo rainforest, and here you can see Southeast Asian rainforest and peninsular India. Here you can see the equatorial region spread across almost all the continents. So it includes Caribbean islands in North America, Brazil, Ecuador, Colombia in South America. It also includes Uganda, Kenya, Democratic Republic of Congo, Liberia in Africa, and in Asia also it spreads over Malaysia, Maldives, Indonesia and Philippines. In India it covers the peninsular regions and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now we will see about the vegetation. The equatorial rainforests are called evergreen forest. These forests always appear green because the trees and plants grow quickly. The combination of high temperature and high rainfall is ideal for growth of a variety of plants and trees. The equatorial rainforests are very thick and the plants grow in different layers. The top layer is called the emergent layer. So you can see the picture which I have shown to you. This layer has the tallest trees which grow as tall as 60 meters above the ground. The second layer is the canopy. The trees in the equatorial rainforest grow very tall and form a canopy of leaves and branches. These trees are extremely tall and form a dense canopy. So even sunlight cannot penetrate through these forests. Therefore, these forests remain dark and dim during the daytime. The third layer is a maze of leaves and branches. It is known as the understory. Small trees, shrubs and creepers grow in this layer. Some vines use trees to climb up and get sunlight. Many animals such as birds, monkeys, frogs and variety of insects live in this layer. The lowest layer is the forest layer. Sunlight hardly reaches this layer which comprises fallen leaves and fruits that decay very quickly. Rosewood, ebony, cinchona, rubber are examples of trees that grow in equatorial forest. That's all, student. Remaining topics we can see in the next video. Now take your classwork note and you have to answer the following in detail for lesson number 6, climate zones of the earth. Already you have written answer the following in few words, isn't it? So now you have to write answer the following in detail. First question, what does the latitude of a place tell you about the climate of that place? The answer, the latitude of a place determines how much sunlight the place receives. The lower latitude receives more heat than the higher latitudes. For example, places near the equator receive direct sun rays and travel a shorter distance. Therefore, it is very hot. When we move away from the equator, the climate becomes moderate. When we further move towards the poles, it is very cold because the poles receive slanting rays of the sun and travel a longer distance. Second question, explain land and sea breeze. Sea breeze. During the daytime, land becomes hot as compared to sea. The air above the land is hot. The air above the sea is cool. The warm air from the land rises as it is light, and the cool air from the sea, which is denser, blows towards land. This is known as sea breeze. It carries moisture which makes the land cool. Land breeze. During the night time, land cools faster than the sea. The air above the land is cool. The air above the sea is warm. So the warm air from the sea rises as it is light, and the cool air from the land, which is denser, blows towards the sea. This is known as land breeze. Third question. Explain the heat zones of the earth and their climate with the help of a diagram. For diagram, you can refer page number 37. No need to color. Okay. Torrid zone. The torrid zone lies on both sides of the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The climate is hot and humid throughout the year because direct rays of the sun fall over it. Temperate zone. The areas lying between the torrid zone and the frigid zone in both the hemispheres are called the temperate zone. It is neither very hot nor very cold. Here, as these zones are away from the equator and also from the poles. Frigid zone. The areas lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and that between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are the frigid zone. These zones receive slanting rays of the sun. It remains very cold throughout the year. So with this we completed lesson 6 written works. Is it clear, students? After completing your written works, take photocopy of your lesson 6 book exercise and classwork note and send it to mail ID. Our mail ID is edustar.5@gmail.com, and don't forget to mention your roll number in the subject column. Bye students. Meet you all in the next video. Stay home and stay safe.